Why play Dr Mundo Top? Well, he is probably the most unkillable champion in the game. He has tons of sustain, he scales well into a late game god, and he deals massive damage for a tank. However, his early game is worse than most top laners, and he doesn't bring hard CC like most tanks. Mundo's first passive is he has a large amount of health regen. His second passive is he's periodically immune to immobilizing effects. So, when he does get hard CC'd, a canister pops off him and lands on the floor. When this happens, it deals a small amount of damage to you, but you can then step on it again to heal back even more. Mundo's Q is a straight line skill shot which deals damage and slows the first target hit. All of Mundo's abilities cost health to use, but if this hits a target, he's healed. This also deals current health damage, so if your target's high health, this does massive damage. Mundo's W creates a circle around himself which deals damage to all enemies within. During this time, damage he takes is stored as grey health, with more grey health being stored at the start of the ability. This can be recast to damage nearby enemies and heal the grey health. Mundo's E has a passive where he gains bonus attack damage. The active is an auto attack reset which causes his next attack to gain bonus range and deal bonus execute damage. If the target is slain by this empowered attack, they are then sent away in a line dealing damage to all enemies it passes through. Dr Mundo's ultimate enhances himself for 10 seconds. During this time, he gains a large amount of base health, bonus movement speed, and bonus health regen. At level 16, this bonus is increased for each nearby enemy champion. For combos, land your Q and then use W when in range. Follow up with an auto attack into E before spamming away with more attacks and cleavers. Of course, using ultimate when you need to heal or need to chase down your opponent. For matchups, Mundo is brilliant into top laners who can't punish his weaker early game, and he can struggle against champions who are specifically designed to kill tanks. For runes, take this. Grasp makes you even tankier, and approach velocity means you can easily chase down opponents you hit with your Q. For build order, start shield and pot into a warmogs and tier 2 boots. After this, a heartsteel and spirit's visage are great pickups before finishing a build with any of these as needed. For skill order, start Q then E then W before maxing Q then E then W, taking ult whenever you can. For summoner spells, take ghost and teleport. Starting the game, your main focus is to scale hard. So, farm hard and poke where you can to relieve pressure. Your Q deals max health damage, so if your opponent's at full health, these sting. And of course, if you hit them, they're free to use. Between this and throwing minions at your opponent with your E, you actually have quite a good poke. When you hit level 6, you are much safer, and by the time you hit level 9 with a maxed Q, you are a scary threat. And during this time, even if you do fall behind, you're both great at farming under tower, and also using your Qs to farm is a great tactic. Entering the mid game, you want to take your tower as soon as possible. From here, you're amazing at split pushing as well as team fighting. So push out your wave as far as you can safely, and either keep pushing for pressure or group up with your team. Entering late game team fights, you want to play the unkillable front line, making sure to use your ultimate when you're near as many enemies as possible for maximum health regen. You can't hard CC targets, so try to take as much damage and pressure as possible. However, you still deal amazing damage, so it's absolutely great to rush their backline, forcing their front line to try and stop you. Especially with Ghost, you're so difficult to stop. And that's how to play Mundo Top. If this video helped you, leave it a like and comment below who you want to see next.